perhaps as the name implies, Rivers State has had an unending flow of political drama, impasse. You could call it whatever you want to call it. And this political situation is one that has touched literally all of the realms of the estate, spilled over into the civic space. Started at the executive, moved to the state assembly, they went to the courts, from the courts they went to the local government, and now it is on the street. Yesterday we saw protests in Rivers State. What was the protest about? What is the way forward? The political actors, at what point is the breaking point, really, that they'll say, you know what, let's all come together and bury our differences, give and take? Well, let's find out this morning as we're joined on the program by a two-time member of the River State House of Assembly, MOA constituency from 2011 to 2019, Mr. Samuel Oge, as well as Mr. Tamano Sisigo-Gojaja, former leader of River State House of Assembly. Both gentlemen join us via Zoom on the program. Gentlemen, you're welcome to the Morning Brief. Let me begin with you.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Let me begin with Mr. Gojaja, because the occupation of the council secretariat has been a major point now, like the next chapter in all of this political impasse. Well, the caretaker chairmen have been asked to work from anywhere, so they can either work from home or work from any public facility. But let me get your thinking. Is there an overwhelming consensus, at least on the part of the River State government, for the police to vacate the council secretariat so the caretaker chairman can work from there? Is that the demand now?
Our River State government is not demanding for the vacation of the Nigeria Police Force from the council secretariat. When they were sworn in, the governor directed that they can work from anywhere. That doesn't mean that they were working or they are working from home. In every local government area, we have what they call district offices. There are councils that have about 6-7 district offices. So they can operate from any of the district offices. We're not demanding that the council, the Nigeria Police Force vacate the council secretariats, because you are aware and people rumored that there were attempts to loot the council or there were attempts to foment problems. And therefore, it is in the best interest of the public for them to restore sanity there. Because there are people who are truly organizing themselves to fight the Nigerian state. And that I mean, if your tenure has expired and you're refusing to vacate the office, it's treasonable. So the Nigeria Police Force is maintaining sanity there.
Right.
The River State government hasn't demanded that they vacate the council secretariat.
Right. So you, the government is saying continue occupying to keep the peace. So maybe we're onto something here, gentlemen. So let me ask Mr. Oge. Perhaps this is one thing that both parties agree on. Do you also agree that the police should keep occupying those local council secretariats? We saw Nolgate, TUC and the rest saying they were going to protest, even though they shelved it. They were against the occupation. But we saw the former chairman protesting in support of the police. So on the other side, are you also in support of the occupation by the police?
Yeah, good morning once again. Good morning, my dear friend, Tamano Sisi. Yes, like Tamano Sisi said, every person, every responsible and reasonable person will not want to opt for a crisis situation. Yes, we all are aware and saw what happened on the day the caretaker committee were sworn in. Most of them, on almost all the councils, went to different councils with armed men and dogs and all of that. Some accused the chairman of trying to stay beyond their tenure and all of that. They went there violently. So they went to the councils violently. They took over the councils. And the police came in. And like you're aware, the primary responsibility of the police is to enforce law and order. Now, police came in to say, look, we don't want any breakdown of law, and every person should stay clear of the councils until we have a lawful directive to allow anybody into the councils. But we saw that.
Mute. Okay, please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you can go ahead now.
Yeah, we read from the media houses where the Norgay DUC were threatening that to go to the council, to take over the councils and all of that. And of course, that's a threat, and every person got concerned. If the police has come to take over the council to maintain peace, it's expected that every person should follow or respect that instructions. So when the Norgay and TUC under the guise of union said they want to go to the council to take over all their protests, everybody wonder why they should take that line. Of course, we are not surprised because we know where they are coming from. So to answer your question very briefly, we are very comfortable with the presence of the
where are
police.
they coming from? You said you know where they are coming from. Where are they coming from? Or where do you think they are coming from?
They are coming from, because these are people...
Sorry, I didn't get that part, Mr. Oge. We lost your audio. Where do you think they are coming from?
Can I say this?
No, I didn't get the earlier part of your statement. Where do you think they are coming from? We lost that audio at that point.
They are coming from the state government. They are coming from the state government. I say so because they are supposedly they are unionists and should have been neutral in any political crisis. But we saw a set of union members that decided to be more politician than politicians. And they set nations into the purported caretaker list. In all the 23 LGS, you will find a member of Norgay. You also find, out of the 7-man committee, you find 2 persons from each of these unions, the TUC, whatever they are called, and the Norgay. So they become part of the problem. So they are now coming there to protect their own interest. The interest, the state government is using the union now as a camouflage, while in the real sense of it, it is the state government that is sponsoring that protest. That's why I said we know where they are coming from.
But sir, the same accusation could also be, pointed towards the 21 council chairman of being also loyal to another faction in this ongoing political crisis. But let's manage our time and, let the conversation be as even as possible. Let me come to Mr. Tamuno Sisi for what seems to be the governor's position amid this ongoing crisis. The governor says to the newly inaugurated caretaker committee chairpersons that they can operate from anywhere. That's in the light of the barricade of security operatives in all those local government areas. But has that taken fully into consideration the operations of local council secretariats in Rivers State? That means that, the workers cannot access their offices. Can the workers also be fully operational, productive with the secretariats shut?
I address some issues raised by my friend and brother. First is he knows that it has been a convention in this state, right from the time of Sir Dr. Peter Odele, on the issues of appointments of caretaker committee. It transcended up to the last administration. When we appoint caretaker committees, there are considerations that are made. First, you consider civil societies or labor unions. You have a representative. You have a representative of other political parties. And you have a representative of non-indigenous communities in those localities. These are consideration. And having established that, let me also point out again that when the governor said you can work from anywhere, he is directly referring to district offices. But let's come to some issues. The first is that when the Nigerian Police Force took over the local government headquarters, don't forget that you have civil servants who need to access their offices. These civil servants were the ones who demanded that, look, even if you do not allow the political players, let us access our offices. That is a legal demand. Now, two, when the former council chairmen constitute themselves as watchdogs, are they the ones who need to enforce the directives of the IG? Do they have any case in the courts? There are some issues we need to raise. They said until further directive or until court decides. The point and the matter in the Supreme Court between the Attorney General of the Federation and the state government Now, how does that concern them? Now, again, you move on to the matter in the appeal court. The council chairmen are not part of the cases in the appeal court. They are not part of it. So when your tenure expires, it is expected that you should vacate office. You're not the one to enforce orders. You're not the one to disrespect orders. I read your headline this morning. It said ex-LG bosses defy police orders. It is disobedience. And let me quickly draw your attention to a dangerous precedent. In politics, there is always a precedent. Let me ask this question. Peradventure, the tenure of the local government councils in Kano expires today, and the council chairman said they are not vacating office. Peradventure, the tenure of the local government council chairman in Lagos expires today, and those council chairmen said they are not vacating office. Are you not in attempt in fighting the government of the Federation? Now, if this precedent is set, I can assure you that in the next few weeks, by the time other council chairmen are due to leave office in other states, the same thing will repeat. And therefore, I think that the federal government and the Nigerian Police Force should take urgent steps to leave this on the board so that this set of people do not truncate democracy in Nigeria. And therefore, answering your question, the governor is interested. He is the one who is the chief security officer. He is the one who maintains peace. Have you imagined the situation where the serving caretaker committee chairman mobilize their supporters to go and protest as well? The governor has said to everybody, go about your normal duty. It is my responsibility to secure the state, and that is doing very, very well.
Let me ask Mr. Oge this question. I mean, for every problem, there's a root cause. So let's begin from the root. The political crisis in Rivers State started with the fallout between the predecessor of Rivers State, that's Nyesom Wike, and the current governor, Siminalayi Fubara. Now you'd ask the question, does this not underscore the importance of smooth transition of power? Because they say when two elephants fight, the grass suffers it. So this started from the top, really. In talking about smooth transition, what should actually be the important thing for governors, for presidents, for people who take positions when they hand over power to another individual?
Yes, thank you, my dear. I do not want us to, I would not want to be dragged into what I cannot establish with respect to the political disagreement between the former governor Nyesom Wike and his successor Siminalayi. I would like to concentrate on what I know and what is happening, because nobody has come out, neither the former governor nor the current governor has come out to tell the Nigerian people what the disagreement is. So I don't want to dwell on conjectures, but to concentrate on what we are discussing here. My brother, Dr. Jaja, I'm happy he was a former leader of the House, leader of government business. And I also know he's well acquainted with the workings of the legislature. I also know he's well abreast with most of the laws made when he was the leader of the House. And if he is aware of all of this, he did not come to the general public here to tell the public that since the days of Dr. Odili, that there have been caretaker. Yes, there may have been caretaker committees, but they function under laws. There were laws establishing them. What I require Dr. Jaja to say here is to tell the Nigerian populace, look, is there any law in Rivers State as of today that allows for caretaker committee in all the LGAs? That is the first question I would have loved Dr. Jaja to answer. Is there any law? Like I said earlier on, previous administration would have set up caretakers. This is governed by existing law as are there. Now, this question that my brother evaded, in the present situation, is there any law that allows caretaker committee to be put in place? And of course, I'll give the answer right away. There is no such law. There is no law. You recall, my dear sister, that in 2023, the Rivers State House of Assembly amended the local government law. And in every amendment process, Dr. Jaja knows this, there is usually a mischief. The new law intends to cure. Now, what the amendment intended to cure, the 2023 amendment intended to cure, the mischief intended was the removal, abrogation of caretaker system. This law was passed and sent to the governor for his assent. The governor made some input and came back to the assembly. Again, there was another amendment in 2024. In that amendment, the lawmakers confirmed their position of removing or abolishing the caretaker situation,
right,
which is contrary to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So, Mr. Okay, so we can have a robust conversation. Right. So we can have a robust conversation. You've put a question across to him. Yes, you've put a question across to him. Because of time, let's have him respond to that question so we can have this robust. So, Mr. Gogo-Jaja, over to you now. He's asked the question. He's answered part of it, but what's your response?
All right. Thank you very much. I commend him that he recognizes that the fact that I should be conversant with the workings of the legislature, having led the House at one point in time. And I will answer straight. Yes, there is a law that provided for the constitution of caretaker committee. Maybe my brother is not embraced with developments in the state. Yes, I said to him that when I was leader in the Rivers State House of Assembly, in consideration of the fact that you may not conduct the election as and when we make provisions for caretaker committee. That law was used by Sir Dr. Peter Odili, the same law was used by Amechi, and the same law was used by the last administration of Governor Wike. Now, a few months ago, the House, later part of this year, as a bit 3-4 months ago, they amended a section of the law to say that peradventure you're unable to conduct election. The caretaker, the present council chairman or the sitting chairman should run for a period of 6 months. Now, let's even concede. No law is done retrospectively in any democracy. Agreeing that you amended the law, there was no contention. It is not in the position of the present crop of council chairmen who just left office to benefit from the law. That is aside. Right. But when they amended that section of the law, the local government law of Rivers State, it was tested in the court. I am sure that my brother is aware that Justice Q struck out that amendment from the local government law because it runs contrary from part 2 of the same law, which said the opening word in that section says the tenure of local government councils in Rivers State shall be 3 years.
Well, Mr.
Now they went down.
You seem to have answered that question which he put out to you, and I think that's been a major bone of contention. Well, some of these issues are in court, understandably, so we'll definitely not be getting into that. But we'd like to thank you so much. We'll see what today holds for the people of Rivers State. We've been speaking with Mr. Terminus Isigugojaja, former leader, Rivers State House of Assembly, as well as Mr. Samuel Oge, two-time member, Rivers State House of Assembly, Emoa constituency. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. It's good to see that both of you agree at least on one fact, the occupation of the State Assembly. So that's some improvement. Hopefully, we'll capitalize on that. And that's been the conversation on Rivers State. It's going to be a big day, so stay with Channels Television for all of the breaking news from there. But we'll go on a break now, and when we return, Rogeti Baba, yeah, you know him, joins us on the show. You don't want to miss this. Stay with us.